The first of Saturday's doubleheader sees Rajasthan take on Delhi in what will be Guwahati's last game for this IPL season. Delhi have had some batting issues, Tom. Only scored about 140 in reply to 190 against Lucknow, struggled to 160 in the second game. Lots of focus on David Warner's strike rate. He's made runs, but he scored them slowly. Is he left with much of a choice when others around him get out as soon as they have been?
Yeah, I think at the moment he has been a victim of casualties around him. Therefore, he's had to try to guide the ship or realign the ship to get him back on track. Surprisingly, though, because the Delhi Capitals' top six does look very good. There's some, quality there, both Indian and overseas players. So I would expect that they'll be expecting a lot more from their overseas contingent. We know that Mitch Marsh is not going to be there, so that would probably bring Rilee Rossouw up to that number 3 position and Rothman Power into the side. So a little bit of a reshuffle of their top 5 and 6, which might just make the difference.
Yeah, and you could argue that this allows them to play Rilee Rossouw in what is arguably his more suited position in T20s. He's been in great form, largely batting at 3 and 4 for all his teams.
Yeah, look, he is. I've actually worked with Rilee Rossouw, and he does prefer to bat up the top of the order, and he can be quite a destructive player, particularly if he gets in early in those power play overs. And once he gets set, he's very difficult to bowl to. But interesting enough, for Rilee Rossouw, it's either.
He's quite binary, isn't he?
Yeah, it's either 0 or hero.
Yeah, 0 of 1 or 100.
Yeah,
all or nothing. It has also been all or nothing for Prithvi Shaw quite often. The numbers have told us over the years that when Prithvi Shaw fires, he gets going in the power play, invariably Delhi win. That's not been happening, and unfortunately he's more often than not hampered by the same sort of issues. We've been noticing that pattern over the last couple of years.
Yeah, look, he's an extraordinary talent, and it is puzzling at times to some of the ways he gets out. And you do have to understand that when you have a player like him that does sort of play the shots he plays, there's going to be a downside to that. You're going to get caught at cover and caught at mid-off, and that can be seen as a soft dismissal. But it just seems to be a pattern that's happened a little bit too much. So he needs to, I think, just sort of rethink his whole game and approach, because he's an extraordinary talent that could really light up this IPL.
The other extraordinary talent, domestic, is Sarfaraz Khan. It's looked a bit edgy so far. Anything he needs to change up?
Yeah, look, he's an extraordinary talent in red ball cricket. We haven't seen quite yet that talent transfer into T20 cricket. We know that he's had a remarkable first-class career to date, but in T20 cricket he's yet to sort of find his tempo.
So lay out the template then, Tom. With this batting mix that we're expecting against Rajasthan and Guwahati, what is Delhi's best way of going as big as they can?
I think for a start they need to get set in the power play. They need to not lose the wickets they have been losing, get set in the power play and make sure that they get not only Warner in, but someone else in with him to be able to take advantage of a good solid start.